we need to thank them all for allowing us to be heard, helping us make our voice louder, and always being there and guiding us as to who to see, what to do, what buttons to push.
Our elected officials have been absolutely critical to our success. When I first got involved in politics was 1972, the very year that FIU opened. And who could imagine the opening day in an abandoned airport would lead to the great university that we have today.
And in many respects, FIU is sort of a symbol of the growth of South Florida. As South Florida has grown, so has FIU.
So we were the first institution in Florida to move from solely an upper division school to a four-year university.
So since I represented the city of North Miami, and I still do, I certainly encouraged the legislature to come in and purchase the property, and the property was what you know as the campus, the FIU campus. And as hospitality management grew and more groups were interested in seeing their courses being taught in the North Dade area, the campus grew.
What's interesting is the Board of Regents consistently said that there was no need, that there was no market for it, that it made no sense. And then there are also a lot of people who said, we don't need more lawyers in Florida. We have enough lawyers, we have enough law schools in Florida. But the reality is that if you live in Southeast Florida and you worked full-time, which most people do, including many students at FIU, there was nowhere for you to go unless you got into serious debt.
Prior to being a state representative, I lobbied for FIU. And one of the things that we worked on for several years was laying the groundwork for the College of Medicine. So I really had a great opportunity to see the creation of the College of Medicine from different perspectives.
When we had the medical school, we had the members of the Miami-Dade Legislative Delegation step up and say, South Florida deserves to have a public medical school.
So we all work together in making this dream a reality, of being able to ensure that more of Florida students, more of, for us specifically, South Florida students that wanted to be medical doctors, that they didn't have to go far away, that they could just stay right at home at FIU.
FIU is a very special place. It's not just another university. It's a place where dreams happen.
I've always been a great admirer of FIU because of what it means to today's generation. Many of the students there, for them, it's the first time that someone from their family has gone on to college. What a great symbol it is of what America is all about.
For many years, FIU was the stepchild, and I think part of the biggest contributions that the Dade delegation has made is not making it a stepchild anymore. It's making it a prominent institution within the whole state university system.
Now it's about thinking about what is the next horizon for FIU.
Well, one of the great things about FIU is that FIU as an issue, as an institution, is almost unique in its nature because it's something that brings the entire Miami-Dade delegation together. It's something that Republican, Democrat, from the north part of the county or the south part of the county, everyone is touched by FIU.
I've always looked upon FIU as a leader in innovative teaching styles and techniques and what is new and cutting edge research. And you can see with the makeup of the legislature today, the state legislature in Tallahassee, and the makeup of Congress, how many people have been impacted by FIU, either directly because they've been students or indirectly. So FIU is a magical place.
I like to think of all universities in the same light, but when it comes to FIU, I feel more of a personal touch. Maybe it's because it's the back home university, but we do feel more of a personal touch when it comes to President Rosenberg and his involvement in the issues.
Very early on, when I first got elected to the State House in 1988, a few years ago, one of the first things that I did is I went to see the president of FIU, who had, I guess, been there for 2 years, Dr. Mitch Maidik. And in the conversation with him, I told him, I said, look, I don't know how long I'm going to be in the state legislature, but this is such an instrumental thing for our community that whatever I can do to help FIU, I want to do that. I want that to be the legacy, if there's such thing as a legacy, which there really isn't.
So FIU's first 50 years have been so incredibly successful, but there is so much more that FIU can still do in that next 50 years. And I know that this day delegation is going to step up just as state delegations in the past have. What we need to look forward is to say, how can we ensure that FIU's legacy is cemented as being a top tier university, not just in our state, but across the entire country?
As far as what's next, I think the sky's the limit. I think we've only begun to make FIU a great national university.